Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the STEMGo show, saving time, energy, and money in your business, or what I like to call it these days, because I've had a lot of people on these shows, and what I like to say instead is being efficient and effective with your time, energy, and money to enable you to be productive in your business. And these shows are a way that we can share our knowledge. So we have talented business owners on here who share some of the great tools, our tips, technologies that they use in their business that helps them, and they're going to share it with you to help you be more productive in your business. So I want to introduce Andrew today, Andrew Cominos, who's going to share some of his beautiful tips today with you guys so that you can actually learn a little bit more about being productive in your business. So come on in, Andrew. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic, as always.
Awesome.
I don't think I ever try not to be fantastic. So.
Yeah, it's the way to go, really, isn't it? Why would you not?
Well, yeah, it's like people wake up, I'm so tired. And I say to them, I'm like, well, now you're going to be tired because you just told yourself you're tired.
That's correct. Just give yourself that negative suggestion, right? So for people that are not familiar with you yet, tell us where you are and what you do.
Well, I'm in Brisbane. I run a business called Surge Solutions. So I'm a business coach, a empowerment coach, and a sales coach. So people usually know what a business coach and a sales coach is. So I help people increase their sales within their business, and I help them increase their grow their business or get the right operations running through their business. But the main thing that I do is I help people break through with my empowerment coaching, with break through limitations and break through their boundaries, their issues that they might be having, break through the I suppose you'd say their own mental limitations is really the word to increase their performance, their mindset, their happiness, and ultimately their success through life. And I do that through a myriad of activities and mental control exercises, because I think we often talk about mind control in movies. It'd be cool if you could control other people's minds. So, well, first you got to learn to control your own mind.
Absolutely.
Control your own mental state. Once you can do that, maybe then we can look outside of ourselves. But I think that might take a little while to get done.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to start with yourself, right? And I know your background, you've done a lot of sales in your background, haven't you, in terms of being an effective and efficient salesman who's able to basically communicate well and have great strategies of connecting with customers. Because at the end of the day, we're not all here to be charity. We're here to, make a living. And if you can't market yourself well and connect with your audience well, then it's not really going to work for you, is it?
No, it's not. And that's actually the funny thing about marketing, right? So we all talk about marketing ourselves well.
Yeah.
And I'm in a lot of business groups, as you can imagine, as we all are. And you see all these posts about marketing. And no one ever talks about sales, because they assume that, if you've got the right marketing, that you don't need to sell. It's really funny that if you have a great marketer and a poor salesperson, you will have a poor marketer. Because the marketing results may be coming through. You might be getting hundreds of leads, but you're getting no results. And so the business owner up here then blames the marketing agent down here, because they're like, well, I'm not getting any results. It's like, well, it's not my fault, dude. I've got a poor sales team. You've got a poor sales team. We need to increase our sales background or our sales knowledge, or increase our closing rate, our conversion rate. And that's the thing that I find all the time, is that we're all marketing ourselves, but we're never selling ourselves. And I think if we can all start to learn to really sell ourselves, then we're all going to get the results.
So just in a nutshell, Andrew, because I know a lot of people get this quite wrong. Not wrong, but they don't know the difference between marketing and sales. And a lot of people, like you said, spend the time either marketing, and never closing any deals and sales. And so they never make any money from marketing. But there's also the others that never do really the marketing side of thing. And just, I know, we're both on LinkedIn. And the number of people who connect with me on LinkedIn, and simply as soon as we connect, they're selling me something. and we've not even met each other yet. You don't know even if I want that product yet. Like, they get it very wrong, because as soon as they do that, I'm not interested. I don't even get back to them. And they've lost a connection potentially, and all my connections who might be potentially interested in what they're selling. So how would you tease out for people that are just starting out or not really familiar with the difference between marketing and sales? Like, is there a simple way for them to understand that?
There is, actually, and it's stop differentiating it. That's the problem. I think that, well, not problem, that's the challenge, I think, is that we live in a world where people separate these two major parts of their business. Marketing's over here and sales is over here, but it's actually not. They are actually one department. You know, a lot of people view sales as a part of marketing, correct?
Yeah.
But it's the other way, I believe, and I've always found this to be more. And I'm actually working with a marketing agent who I've said the same thing to, and he's like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. And he does marketing for my business, and I say marketing is a part of selling. Marketing is just a form of selling your business. That's all it is. Sales is the giant overall blanket, and marketing and face-to-face interaction, right, are parts of sales. If we can differentiate that, right, if we can differentiate that it is one blanket and we have marketing over here, face-to-face interaction over here, but they're all under the one blanket, and marketing just leads us into our face-to-face interaction, or leads us into a situation where we can close a deal. That's the big key, right? And I think that's where people often are disaligned with what is actually happening. Because once you view them as one thing, once you view them as one part, you can actually use them together. And so what's happening with those people that keep messaging you on LinkedIn is they're viewing sales as one thing and marketing as one thing. And so what they do is they target and they attack. And when they're attacking, you're going, well, no, mate, I'm not interested. But if they came at you and said, hey, listen, I don't want to sell you anything, right? I want to teach you about my brand, right? You know, I want to get to know you, but I also want to show you my brand, because we are here to make money. Later on, then, I will have a face-to-face interaction, or a phone call interaction, or some kind of sales interaction where we will then maybe close a deal. But I'm going to start with, under this whole blanket of sales, with who I am, what I do, and why you can trust me. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And the ultimate goal is to sell. So that's got to be the outcome, hasn't it? But the journey in terms of how you get there is different depending on, well, it depends on what you're selling, how you're selling it. But it depends how you make people feel, doesn't it, when you're selling your wares. Like you said, the word attack really kind of resonated with me, because that's how it feels sometimes. It feels like, yeah, they're going in for the kill. They're going in, to get to kind of raid your wallet pretty much straight away without even thinking, have they got anything in the wallet to spend on this? Do they actually need to spend on this?
well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's actually the thing. It's funny, because I work with a business at the moment. It's a retail business, and I say to them consistently, they walk up to their clients. The clients walk in the door, and they walk up and they just go, hey, how you going? What can we do for you? I'm like, whoa, just like, let's relax. This person's just walked in the door. Have you ever had that retail experience where you walk in and they just go, what can I do for you? And you're like, and the instant response you have to that, your brain says, I'm just looking.
Yes.
Right? But if someone walks up and doesn't just say, how are you? Doesn't just use those normal responses, says, hey, how's your day going today? Right, and that's it. That's their entire sentence.
Yeah.
Your natural psychological response to that, because you've been conditioned to respond, is, hey, I'm really good. How are you? So it leads a customer into a conversation. And then if you continue down that path of conversation, then eventually you build some rapport, and then you can move into a sales conversation, and that's fine. But the problem is that people, they think, I've got no money, or they think, I live in this world of scarcity. I don't have any abundance in my life. So attack, because they're constantly trying to get some form of abundance, but they don't realize that's not how you get it.
Sure.
How you get it is by creating, a positive situation for everybody.
So is that people who aren't very well trained? You know, you say the retail, it's a big market, and they're all vying for your attention to sell you their products. Well, we all are, of course. But I'm thinking going into the shops and then, you know, pouncing on you like that, you feel like you want to get out of there. It's the defensive reaction, the protective reaction is, I need to get out of here. I need to get away. It's an away from. I need to get away from this. Whereas when you say, how are you doing? How's your day today? You know, looking for anything in particular? Is there anything I can help you with here? It feels like it's towards, I'm feeling welcomed. I'm feeling warm towards you. Is that when you go into shops, is that they've been taught badly to do that kind of sales technique? Or does it actually work for some people?
No, funny thing is they haven't been taught that. It's a natural reaction. That's the thing. The thing is the constant that I have seen in all my years of sales, the constant I've seen is people telling me or telling other people that sales is easy. Oh, sales is, you know, and whether they say it or not, a lot of people have the viewpoint and they make that very clear that, oh, well, I could be a salesperson. Anyone can be a salesperson. Well, anyone can work in a retail shop and sell, yes, or try to sell, but to actually be a salesperson, it takes a great level of training and skill. A lot of businesses, a lot of owners particularly, where I see, this is where I try to help out, where I see the biggest problem is large corporations invest in sales training. They invest in it because they know that when their staff know how to sell, they get better results. But there's also no hit on their own pride. They don't have to admit to not being a good salesperson themselves.
Sure.
So they're more likely to invest in it. But a small business owner, they actually just don't invest in the training. And when they don't invest in the training, because they're saying, okay, well, if I'm investing in the training, I'm telling myself I'm not a good salesperson. I can't train these salespeople, and my staff haven't been trained properly. But the most successful businesses or most successful people in the world aren't successful because they're good at everything. They're successful because they're good at one thing and able of everyone else to see their vision. So what we do, so what I keep saying to people is just invest some money in sales training because the result or the return on investment is enormous.
Sure.
Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that I find in those particularly small retailers or particularly small business owners is the biggest problem. And if there's one thing I could tell everybody is you need to have a sales strategy. You know, it's not just about your face-to-face interaction. It's about the numbers behind that. How are we generating enough meetings or enough situations that we can put ourselves in to close a deal? Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense because I think a lot of people don't see that far ahead of themselves in terms of what it is they actually want to achieve with it and why they want to achieve that. It's kind of just, in fact, a lot of people, small business owners, start it out as a more of a lifestyle business. It's like, it's again, in away from, I don't want that. I don't want to be with an employer, but and I'll do this because I'm passionate about it and it seems the right thing to do, but kind of jumping in quite naively about not having the strategy actually to know where they're going with it and why they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I think that's, one of the biggest things. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday. I was saying, I've got this questionnaire that I ask people about their sales strategy. So what's your sales strategy? And we go through about 15 to 20 questions and discuss, all their possible issues or possible what they're doing well, what they're not doing well. Do you have it? How are you getting leads? All these sorts of questions. And I asked him, what's your sales strategy? And he goes, well, kind of waiting for people to come to me and talk to me. and I'm like, oh no, what's happening? I'm like, how are we going to get clients? So the thing is, people say, it makes it really easy for me, which is great for me, I suppose. Yeah. But I feel sometimes for people in the sense that, my job's extremely easy because I know 100% that if someone uses my services, they're going to get at least 1 or 5 clients a month extra, right? Because I know that. because they don't currently have a strategy to get them at all.
Yes.
So if they don't currently have a strategy,
I from nothing to something. Yes.
I can put any strategy in place and win. No, I don't do that. I put actual good strategies in place, but I could and still have some kind of a win. Because we don't have strategies in place to get our sales across the line. So I said, not half of your week, not a third of your week. Out of a 40-hour week, you could spend 10 hours, focusing on how am I getting sales? How are they coming in? What's my reporting for sales? What's my closing ratio? All those sorts of things. And that stuff, you don't realize how important understanding the numbers behind the selling is. Because you can be an amazing salesperson, but if you're never actually out there selling, or you're only talking to one person, no one has a 100% close ratio. So if you're talking to one person a month, you're not going to get a person every month. If you're talking to 50 people a month, guess what? You're probably going to get someone. And that's the key. It's having that strategy in place that makes you guarantee the sales every month.
Oh, look, this has been stunning today, Andrew. It's been awesome and insightful, hopefully, for a lot of people here who are struggling. And I know for a lot of people that I'm connected to, they struggle with the selling part, whether it's a personal issue or just the fact they don't have training in this area. It's definitely, and I think you've got a great niche there with your business in terms of being able to help them with not only with the strategy, but also the mindset of a salesperson, because you've got to have the both. You've got to have the two together. So how can people find you? What's the best place for people to get hold of you, to get some consultancy from you?
I've got a phone.
Ring me.
just call me. I'll talk to you. Often people are too worried about they don't want to be on the phone because they're a bit afraid. Just call me. I will pick up the phone and I will definitely talk to you. But, message me on Facebook, message me on LinkedIn. Obviously, I have a website. You can pop your details in. You'll enter into my CRM, and then I'll get a notification to give you a call. Send me an email. I'm pretty sure you'll have the email address or something.
I'll put your details on the show notes after the show for sure. Yeah.
So send me an email and I'll get back to you. If you want me to give you a call, perfectly fine. Anyway, really, I am across the board. I've got email, phone, websites, LinkedIn, any way you want to get in touch. I'm happy to talk to you.
Pretty easy these days to find people, isn't it, on social media? If you're stuck,
absolutely. Just look at Surge Solutions. And that's it.
Absolutely. Stunning. Thanks. It's a pleasure to meet you today, Andrew. I really do appreciate your time and stunning tips, and I'm going to put all that out and circulate that around social media. So hopefully people will learn more about sales from today's show.
That would be really good, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. It certainly would. We'd have less people going out of business if they could sell something.
And that's the win.
For sure. All righty. I'm going to let you go. Have a productive day. Talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, Karen.
Bye for now.